Transforming toys or puzzles in disguise.
Hey everybody, welcome to Review Time with Islip. I'm Islip, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Prime, the 13 Star Optimus Prime. That is probably the last time you're going to hear me call him Star Optimus, because as far as I'm concerned, this guy has and will always be Star Convoy. Star Optimus doesn't sound bad, but Galaxy Prime would have been a better translation than, just say Star Optimus instead of Star Convoy makes sense, but Star Optimus sounds weird. So that aside, here's the box. It's billed as a Titan class figure. Honestly, it's more of a Supreme / Commander size figure, but it is fairly substantial. We go around the box. It's pretty damn big. And here you can see my ring over here. Sorry about that. But you can see we've got, let's turn it a little bit so the glare isn't on there. We got Optimus or Star Convoy in his robot mode. You can have Hot Rod sitting inside with the little, I forgot what it's called. I think it's called the Zodiac. I guess that's what it's called. You've got Hot Rod, which is redone up as the Hot Rod from the Star Convoy, which transforms differently. I love the I love the original Star Convoy. I got a reissue of the original, so it's got some paint differences which match this Star Convoy more than the original Star Convoy or Star Optimus or whatever. Anyway, you get MT13, which is kind of funny because MT, get it, empty, MT, the letters MT spell empty because he's empty inside. So MT13, and you get a picture of the base mode, which it's always looked bad. It will never look good officially, but I've seen some unofficial ones that look good. I've seen one unofficial one that looked pretty good. I will show you that after I show you all of this stuff. So yeah, and there's a picture. Oh, almost knocked over my. Just so you know, we're using. This is where I store all my primes. I have 4 shelves of primes. But you got a picture of the Zodiac right there. So in the box you get Star Optimus. I guess I am saying Star Optimus. You get Star Optimus, but in his robot mode. We're going to start in vehicle mode because I prefer the vehicle mode to start in for some reason. Well, because when he goes on my shelf, he's not going to be in this mode. He's going to be in robot mode. But here we have Star Convoy. You get Star Convoy. You get these pieces here separately. They just plug in with 5mm pegs. Nice upgrades to the original. You get, of course, your Hot Rod. Why is my, hold on a second, my camera thingy is sideways. I'm sorry, this is very unprofessional. Okay, there we go. Get you back into the screen. So we got our little Hot Rod here. You get your MT13 giant gun, which you also get separately. Let me show this because I don't know if it can come out, but there is a translucent bullet in there. That's a separate piece. It's in the it's in a little baggie, so make sure you keep that in mind. You get, of course, the Zodiac. You get a hilt for a sword that's made with this blast effect here. So you've got that. It honestly looks more like an adult toy, but yeah, you got that. So, and if you hold it this way, it looks like the Matrix of Leadership. You can also plug the Zodiac in here if you want to do that as well, and that can be plugged in up here if you want. So we'll do that for now. You get this, which is a gun that folds out to be a blaster embankment that you can put hot rod on. So we're gonna leave it closed for now. No, we're not. We're gonna leave it open because otherwise we can't put it on this thing here. So there we go. And then we've got different blast effects, which aside from this moment, I probably won't be using because I'm not a blast effects person. But here we go. That's a really heavy blast effect. So we'll put it here. So there we go. If you want it. We've got yellow ones, which are actually lighter than, these are more like thruster rocket blast effects, but I don't really use them for anything, so they're just gonna stay in the baggie. Let's see. This would go here. It looks kind of okay. I don't like the shape. If I'm honest, I don't like the shape. It looks... And then, of course, you got the smaller blast effects that you can use with like that. And pew pew, we got fire blast effects. Let's see, can we use them on the back of hot rod as boosters? No, we can't. So yeah, these are gonna go away and will probably never be used. They will go with every other blast effect I have. I never use them. I heard that they can damage, or some of the older ones can damage the plastic on your figures, but they don't, what is the word I'm looking for? I don't know, they bend too easily, they warp too easily, they don't look that good. They look fine for a second and then it's like, okay, it's gotta go away. So, size comparison here is with Earthrise Optimus, so you get an idea of scale. I got this off a Big Bet toy store for $5. I'm gonna get some gray paint and I guess turn this guy into, is it Earthbound? Skybound Optimus, because I'm not gonna spend $800,000 on a new Optimus just to do that when I've got this Optimus. I was gonna use my War for Cybertron Optimus, but he looks good and it would look good on him, but I don't want him to, I don't know, it feels weird putting it on a Cybertronian thing, but this actually looks pretty good. So I've got the Megatron Godzilla coming, and I already have the DNA upgrade kit to turn him into Godzilla, to look like Godzilla. I was thinking of putting this with him, but I used it on the original Grimlock, and it's too small, so we're not going to do that. But anyway, yeah, back to what I was saying. There's that, and here is judging by the scale. If Hot Rod doesn't get shrunken down during this conversion, then this would be the proper scale for Optimus Prime next to Star Optimus, Star Convoy. Since they're actually, he would be a little bit bigger, unless that was Rodimus Prime. But yeah, this would be closer to the scale. So that's to give you an idea of how big this guy actually would be if you put, like, if it was real life kind of thing. So this would be actually if this had a proper cutout, then you could use this with this guy and it would be a pretty decent trailer. But anyway, that's that. So let's go ahead and we'll take this off for a second. We can take this. Let's see. This can also go on Star Optimus. I guess I'm stuck with Star Optimus. Damn it. He was Star Convoy, and all of a sudden, now that I'm doing the video, he's Star Optimus. Okay, this can go here. No, it's outstretched. This can go, I want to say it can go there. Oh, no, I'm putting it in the wrong spot. This can go here. There we go. So we have a secondary gun on Star Optimus, who is pretty damn big. If I'm gonna estimate, I'm gonna say he's about 1.5 feet long. Actually, I keep forgetting I have one of these. So, from front to the back of his trailer, he is about 17 inches or 43.5 centimeters long. Wait, is that centimeters or millimeters? Centimeters. So he's a big boy. And we'll get, you can open the back. You can open the back and you can slide this guy in, but because of these protrusions here, you cannot slide MT-13 inside. You have to actually open the thing to put him in. So we're not going to do that right now because we're still in the middle of, let's get this stuff off. Comparison. So let's actually get the original Star Convoy. Well, the Encore reissue Star Convoy, whose colors, oops, there we go. I forgot to do that. So we've got that. Let's take the guns off for a second. We'll put this guy. It was a pretty big figure. He's over 1 foot long in this mode. Woo! He's over 1 foot long, and you can see he is still dwarfed by Star Optimus. So they have the separating rollers in the back. This one has a motorized roller. I don't have batteries in it, but you would turn it on, and like this gun up here would spin. The wheels would go forward. Other gimmicks in different modes would do what they are supposed to do. I have the stickers for this guy. I just realized I never put the stickers on. The stickers for the stripes. I have the stickers somewhere, so I gotta find them and add them because, yeah, he looks a little naked. But you can see there are some similarities and differences. Like one difference is they managed to put a piece here that fills in this piece here, so it's not a big hollow area like this one, where it's like this is the cab, and then it's just they still don't turn, but they got that. They both have rotating guns. This one has rotating guns that also go up and down, and of course you can always put these on here and this back on here, and that is one hell of an armored convoy. I was thinking of getting the Mastermind Creations version, but the vehicle mode on that one looks a little funky. It looks like, honestly, it looks like an armored version of the Moon Patrol buggy from the old Moon Patrol game. Which, now that I say that, I actually kind of like it. I actually kind of like that idea. Oh, let's move this over, put you flat. So now we have MT-13. Where's the original? Here's the original MT-13. So, I guess he was supposed to be stickered and I didn't put stickers on. The funny thing is they both have, can I connect them? Yeah, you can connect them if you want to. They have 5mm posts and ports, so you can do that. This guy can launch out. If you press this and it can launch out. Ooh! It can launch out the little Rodimus. This guy cannot do that. He doesn't have the launcher, but he has a different gimmick, which I will show you later on. But here is Rodimus, and you can see how much bigger Rodimus, the new Rodimus, is. But they also, the old Rodimus didn't have didn't have chromed out tailpipes. I did that with a chrome pen. It didn't have that, wasn't chromed either. So you can kind of see where I kind of went a little over it. But yeah, chrome pens are awesome. So we'll go ahead and get them transformed. And let's go ahead and transform this guy. So what you want to do is we're going to fold this down first. That way it makes things blurry, apparently. Fold this down first, and then we are going to separate the arms here because the arms lock the legs into place. And then you're just going to flip these bits around, and then these bits flip backwards to make feet and heels. Again, not heel spurs, heels. Because you don't stand on heel spurs, you spur things on with heel spurs. But there we go. There are the two Rodimuses, and the new Rodimus obviously looks better than the old one. The old one is a maroon color. The new one is a red color. Also, the chest detailing, because of the size of the head, is different. So, yeah. But honestly, I love them both. I love them both. This is my little, when I have my Dr. Wu figures out, this guy is perfect for the Doctor. Let me get the Dr. Wu figure out so you can see what I'm talking about. So here's the Dr. Wu figure that I'm going to end up reviewing. So you can see he's actually a little bit taller than he should be for a Rodimus, but you know, here he is with one of his Lost Light crew members. So, but yeah, that's not part of this video. I don't know why I'm doing that. But yeah, so we've got Rodimus, and this Rodimus has, his arms can move, and you can bend the knee like this. So if you want to make him look like he's running, you can kind of do that. Also, he can sit. You can have him put in a sitting pose, you know, due to transformation. Otherwise, you get nothing from him. This guy, you get ball jointed arms, so you get a 90-degree elbow, you get a little wigglies at the shoulder, 360 rotation, no waist, but you do get a 90-degree bend at the thigh. You get a full side split. You can get toes up Jean-Claude Van Damme. Again, shout out to Captain Kyle from Toy Spotlight. He's actually quite fun to watch. You get more than 90 at the knees because of transformation. And then the feet, you kind of get the heel to go swing down, and that's about it. He doesn't actually have toes, so, but neither does the original. It looks nice. It looks good. And we'll bring in, here is Optimus. So I feel like he would be more of a Rodimus, even though, like a Rodimus Prime, even though he's not fully transformed. But in the G1 cartoon, there's been a few frames where Rodimus Prime, when he transforms into robot mode, his car mode separates from the trailer, and it turns into the actual little car that he was when he was Hot Rod. So this definitely could be a Hot Rod. This could be, in Japan, I think he's called Rodimus. So this is just not Prime, but yeah, I like this. And he's long and skinny too, so he feels more like a Rodimus to me than a Hot Rod. So yeah, we'll go with that. But we'll go get him out of the way. This guy here, if you want to, you can separate this, and these are supposed to fold out. When I try to fold them out, the whole thing popped out because they're on little clips. I didn't pop out this time, and then you can just put it back on as a gun, and it's got pegs to plug in. What are they called? Emgo calls them bluches. I forgot what they're called. Also, I guess I'm not sure what this is for. I guess if you got another one, you can plug them together. But otherwise, I don't know what these pegs and ports are for. If anybody else knows, let me know, because I do not. But yeah, you can do that if you want to. We'll just leave that on there for now. And we'll put it to the side. Let's go ahead and get Star Optimus into his base mode. All right, so I'm gonna do this on camera. That's what my thinking was, but of course I started without, so I had to go ahead and reset everything. So if you see a funny jump in position of this guy, that's what happened. So we're gonna go ahead and take these off. Take that off. Hopefully you didn't see my armpit, but if you did, oh well, we all have armpits, deal with it. And we're going to separate these from the side here. And we're going to open these up so we can pop this over and close it. Open this, flip it back, close it. This way we can get this up. And then we will take this and bend it up at here. Take this post, place it down. Oh, and pull off roller. That'll make things fit better. So we'll do that. Okay, bring these over, bring this down. On this side, bring this over, bring this down. Flip out the doors. We'll bring this down like so, and then we will zoom back a little bit, and we'll take this and rotate it. Oh, let's leave this open for a minute. Rotate this like so, and we'll bring that back down. Split these pieces down as if you were transforming them into arms, which you're not, well, you kind of are. So that goes like that, and then, no, wrong side. Remember, when you're trying to get the hands out, you always do it from the hood of the vehicle, not the other side. Okay, push this up like so. Rotate this around. Hopefully that's all on camera. And then close this back up. And then rotate this around. And you got one side done. And this is another problem that I have, is these things are on that kind of waxy plastic, so they keep popping off. They pop right back on, but it's just annoying that every time you try to manipulate this, or I try, you know, maybe because I'm just too brutish, but ooh, I just did it again with this. I'll just pull this off for now. Rotate this around so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, I see it's in there. There we go. Put that back on. Open this up. Push that down so that you can get it to where it will rotate. Come on. There we go. And rotate it all the way around. And then close that. Oops. You're not rotated quite enough because you are not flush. There we go. All right. Then we will take this, take out Optimus's head, and then fold it forward, and then his antenna go out. And I'm guessing this is the only reason that they go out. They'd have to go out for this mode. So I can't think of any other place they would. So his antenna go out. You take the gun. Where did I put the gun? There it is, right in front of my face. And you peg it in. Now it pegs into the hand. This goes into the hand, and then this here slots in to the side. The sun went down, so I don't know how bright this is. But anyway, so the slot goes into there, the peg goes into there. Come on. There we go. So he's holding his gun, and yes, that is how you're supposed to do it. Oh, this is the next part. So we take this guy here, and what you want to do is turn him upside down and open these bits here. You'll know it's upside down because you'll see the caster wheels, because his tank treads don't actually work. So you do that, and then let's see, these come out like so, and then the tank treads open. There we go. I forgot which way they opened up, like this. And then you're going to, that little post down here has a little nubbin. You're gonna plug that nubbin into the side of this guy, so this way it does the base mode thing. And I believe that is pretty much it. What did I do with the... Yeah, that's pretty much it. You leave these bits out. You can fold them into, but you leave them out. And then what you can do is you can take the Zodiac, and that just plugs in here. And then if you want to, you can have, whoops. And then you don't have to ever take it out again if you don't want to. I like to turn it so that the star is facing forward. I'm trying to zoom, camera, thank you. So that's the inside. And that's basically the base mode. Once that goes down, and you can connect this part if you decided to. You can connect it to the back there because it has the clips. You've got this gun which plugs in right here, and you can put Rodimus on it. And how that works is you take Rodimus and you take his feet, you fold them up like that so they're straight out. And then you get them in almost like a sitting position. And then what you're gonna do is these little pieces here are going to hook in. Well, they're not really gonna hook in. You're gonna put them in these openings here, and then you're gonna close this so it's like that. And that will keep Rodimus so kind of steady on this thingamabobber. So, but you wanna get them into the position you want them in, because you don't really want to fuddle with it, because if you fuddle with it, then it's going to fall off. So it's not, I wish it would have made a more proper groove to plug in if they were going to do it like this, because it is annoying. It is very annoying, I'm not going to lie. Trying to get Rodimus into position where he's not going to fall over it. Got to do it off camera because it theoretically is easier, he says, even though he's still having issues. Okay. Okay, and then you just plug this on here. And if you do it right, then Rodimus will stay there when you spin it around, which you're gonna have to move the arm around. But if you push this, he goes around and he stays on there. If you do it right, he stays on there pretty good. The problem is it's hard to do because it doesn't actually plug in. It's more of you're putting it there and then you're positioning the feet to hopefully lock it, but he doesn't actually peg in. So, oh shoot, there we go. I think I've got it better this time. I undid it. But basically, yeah, you do that and then you can, well, then you would normally be able to turn it around. I have, whatever, there, it turns around. And that's kind of like the gimmick that was on the original one. The original one, you press the button and it would turn around, and Rodimus plugged in using his feet. And then if you don't want to do that, you can have him sitting in here with the Zodiac between his legs, or sitting on the Zodiac. It looks kind of silly, but you can do that. Let's see. In the original Star Convoy, Rodimus could stand inside there. He can't really do that in here. Here he has to be sitting down or something. So yeah, there's that. You can also take, where did I put MT13? Oh, he's right in front of my face. You can take MT13 and plug him in here like so. So you can have guns facing out. Let's see how they have it on the box. Yeah, they have it like that on the box. And then this can be opened, and then you can have Rodimus or some other car bot just drive in there. Give me a second. I'm going to see about getting, you know what? I normally turn, on the other Optimus, I always turn this backwards. This way it's out of the way. And I don't transform it out. So we'll just leave it like that. I'm going to move him over. And let's see, can we zoom out anymore? No, we can't zoom out anymore. I'll get the other guy in his base mode and put him next to it, and we'll see what we can see. You can plug this into wherever you want to, including into there. Plug it into the gun here. Plug the bloosh or whatever you want to call it on there. That is totally up to you. I'm not going to worry about it. So, yeah, be right back. All right, so here we have them next to each other, and as you can see, the base modes were never that good. This, I have, there's more ramps that you're supposed to attach to it there somewhere else, because I have this guy on my shelf as robot mode. I don't have him the other way. When I normally have them transformed, I have them like this, and then I put, I turn the robot arms facing the opposite way, and then I put the gun on his head. So it looks less, but this is the official transformation, and you can see, I mean, it's not much better, but the Star Optimus does the base mode a little bit better than, and also has all the stuff pretty much built in or storable in the robot mode. So yeah. Alrighty, now we have to get Star Optimus. I'll just come back and show you the base mode the fan mode that I found. It's not my fan mode. I don't even think it's the fan mode of the person who posted the fan mode. But I just want to say it's not my fan mode, but it was a nice fan mode for the base mode. It looks much better. So I will be right back. Also, before I forget, I just wanted to show you that the rollers have like a little cab mode. Let me go ahead and get this roller in proper mode. They have like little little, you know, like front, like this one has, if you look, it has molded in details, which I probably have stickers from, and I need to put them on, and I just haven't done it because I keep forgetting that they're there. But if you look, even though it's not picked out, you can see that they both have the same shaped windows. They have it kind of lights. I might take some paint and pick those out. So those are the little rollers. They're not, and I believe they are roller. I believe that's what they're called. I could be wrong. I could have sworn, but if not, they emulate rollers thing. Oh, they kind of emulate a blue roller. So just bigger, much bigger. So yeah, I just wanted to show that off. So from what I can see from the picture, this is the base mode, and honestly, that looks way better. I mean, it's still, you know, a base mode, but you know, that still looks better. The rollers are on the side, they're not attached, but you know, you're not gonna know that. That silver panel there, it's just kind of floating. So if you're gonna put anything there, you want something small and light, as I have got my Dr. Wu mini bots, and up here I've got my New Age, I think it's New Age or Hot Toys? I think it's Hot Toys Jazz? New Age Jazz. Oh, I can't remember now. And those guns there, they're just kind of hanging there. Like if you, hold on. Yeah. But I mean, as far as the display piece, this looks way better. If you're gonna display it in a base mode, this looks way better than the other base mode. So shout out to whoever made this base mode. Honestly, I don't remember who you are. I saw it on Instagram, and if I can find the link to the person, I'll link them in the comments or something. But yeah, so there's that. Give me a second and we will do robot mode. So we're gonna go from vehicle mode to robot mode. Now, some of y'all probably like, Islip, you were just in base mode. Why aren't you going from there? Well, because how many of you are actually gonna use the base mode? As ridiculous as the official base mode looked, how many of you are gonna use that? I'm not. Like, if I use it, I might use a fan mode. Probably won't, because at the end of this the video, I'm going to show you my Optimus display, so you'll understand why he's going to be in robot mode, because that's the only way he's gonna fit. But anyway, so take everything off that you aren't going to use. One thing I wanted to mention is the roller part. When you get them, it comes separate. You have to put it on him. So it just plugs in with these red clips and these blue pieces. You just line everything up, and there you go. Take the guns off and everything, and what we're going to do is we are going to take these pieces, and they are going to come back and just kind of tab in. And that's the first time that that's happened, where they did not come off. And okay, let's do that again. See, this, that part that bothers me, is that how easy that comes off, but it goes back on very easy too. So you just do that. Hopefully you saw it. We're going to take these. Oh, actually, first, if you aren't going to be using MT13, you might as well put them away. So we'll just do that right now. So let's open this up, and you can put them on either side. Where is MT? There he is. So you can see these two pegs here, two raised sections. They will go into these two hollow sections. And it is a tight fit. You will be pushing down to make sure it's in all the way, and when you try to get it out, it will give you a bit of a hassle, but it's in there firmly. And then if you want to, you can open this up and put any of the other little bits and baubles that you aren't going to use. But we're going to use everything else, I believe. So we will leave everything else out. So you're gonna take the toes, fold them up, and then we can stand him up like so. And now we have to adjust the camera so we can see the top half. As soon as I can move my dang chair. There we go. Okay. Up, and up, up, up. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. So then we're going to take this, fold it over, and there you've got the whole bottom done. We're gonna take these bits here and open them up, flip them this way, close them up, and that's that. Then you're going to rotate this whole section 180. Take these bits and flap them out like so, fold that down, then we're going to split this so we can take this, take the head, fold it out, fix those, fold these around like so, and then we can close that up, and then bring this down and clamp them. Okay, oh, you're all the way to the side now. Now we're gonna take these pieces here, these are gonna flip up and form the front of the shoulders. Take that like so. So take that down so you can see, flip this up to become part of the shoulders. Fold those pieces all the way around and open them up from, remember, open them up where the window is. If you do it from the other way, you're gonna break your toy, which I almost did. Okay, bring that down. You have to slide it down and then rotate it, and then when you get to a certain thing, just flip it over and then you can close it. There's that. Open, slide that down, rotate, and then close it. And then you've pretty much got Optimus transform. Actually, you have him transformed. It's not pretty much. That is the full transformation. And he is a big, tall, beefy Bastardo. Here we have Big Boy Star Optimus. And for comparison, here he is next to Transform Elements Optimus Prime. So you can see he's a pretty big guy. He's taller than my previous Big Boy Prime, or my biggest Jinrai. Give me a second. Oh, he's heavy. The KFC Grand Rising, he is taller by a very little bit. He's bigger than, or he's about to, he's still bigger than the Fans Hobby God Jinrai with the God Bomber and everything together. Oh my god, I almost dropped him. Oops. I killed an Optimus. I didn't mean to. Here he is with the original, well, the original version, which is the Encore version. So like the difference between this one and the original version is that is white. I think the crest might be white as well. So yeah, but we are pretty far zoomed out because I just want to make sure you see how big he is, and then we'll zoom in some more for the details. Oh, ow, that hurt. Okay, here's next to Earthrise Optimus. Deluxe size. I forgot what his name is. Skull. No. I knew it until I did this. But anyway, yeah. Here's next to a legend size or core class or whatever they're calling them now. Optimus. That's about the same size as the Rodimus to get a sense of scale. And to see how he stacks up next to a true Titan. Here we have Titan Returns Fortress Maximus with the DNA kit on, and you can see he's definitely not a Titan. Even though they call him a Titan, he's not a Titan. He's literally up to Fort Max's hips. So he's a Supreme or Commander class, if we're honest. But, I mean, some people are like, oh, well, he's cheaper than current Titan. When I got Fortress Maximus, I got him for about the same price as I got Optimus Prime. Actually, I might have gotten him for cheaper. I know Metroplex was originally supposed to be sold at, which is the same height as this guy, as Fort Max was originally $99. I got him for $125 or $129. Yeah, Fort Max I got him for $150, but this was back before. I love Fortress Maximus. He is awesome. So let's go over the posability before we go over before we just look at him in detail. So we'll start with the head. His head can look down due to transformation. He can look down like that, which is actually pretty good because he's taller than everybody else, basically. Turns left and right. Ratcheted arms that go 360. They go out about that far. If you unhook it, then you can get more. The guns are pegged in and they rotate 360 and also go up and down. He has a rotation at the upper bicep. He has an elbow that can go both ways, 90 degrees in each direction. His wrists can turn. His fingers actually are articulate. They're like typewriter hands, but they move up and down. No ab brush, but he does turn 360 at the waist. You can flip these up. Go about 90 degrees forward, backwards, about 90 degrees backwards, woo, out, a little more than 90 degrees. He's got, I didn't even realize that he's got a upper thigh twist, so he can do a Jean-Claude Van Damme split if that's what you want. Perceptor kick. His feet can go like this. His toes can only point downwards, and he's got a little less than 90. Hopefully that's on camera. So yeah. As I said earlier, his roller, when you get him, he doesn't have the rollers attached. They're separate in the box. So you take them, line them up, attach them, and then if you don't want to, you don't ever have to take them apart. You only need them for base mode. So, and then I forgot that his antennae are articulate and are also not on his head in the box. So, yeah. So he has a lot of posability. But he's a big boy, so you're probably just gonna have him standing. But, I mean, you can do a pose like that if you want to. And I love the super robot head. It's pretty cool. All right, so let's get him back to neutral. Hopefully you didn't just see a nipple, because it is bloody hot. It's the winter, but my room is bloody hot. All right, so back to 1. We are back. Now we're going to come in closer. Now you'll notice that his eyes look dead. They've got light piping. Honestly, I have not seen the light piping do its thing, even with light on it. So I'm just going to do what I do with all of my Transformers and color in the eyes. What I'm going to do is, let's see if, I don't know if this will show up, but come on. If you look, there is, his eyes are very shiny, almost like electric. I have this foil tape that I cover the eyes in before I put them back in. And they're reflective, and I think they're also, like, if there was a light up gimmick, they would be thin enough that the light up gimmick would work. But I'm going to do that for Optimus, for Star Optimus. It is so weird that all of a sudden he's Star Optimus, but because up until this video, he was Star Convoy, but now he's Star Optimus. Very, very strange. But oop. Come on, focus. You're not focusing. Why are you not focusing? There we go. I tried to focus on his head, it didn't work. I pressed his crotch, zoomed in. Why not? So again, you can take the gun and plug it in here. You can take the matrix and put it together as a sword hilt, and now they're saying this is a sword. They're saying that is a sword. It looks like a club. Actually, it looks like something else, but we're gonna say it's a club. So, you know, if you want to, you can actually take this and attach the whole thing to the gun. So you can do that. You can take the gun embankment that Hot Rod was on, turn it like that. You can plug it into his hand. So now he's got a handgun if you want to. You can take this out and you can plug this to the top of the matrix. Oh, turn it around. Turn it like this. And then this part can plug into the gun. And then you've got that if you want. Hey, I'm not gonna judge. I'm not doing any of that. So this will stay in here. Oops. Yeah. So that gun will stay, like, actually, when I have him on the shelf, this gun is up here on his shoulder and Rodimus is piloting the gun. This is just gonna go in here. Or actually, I guess I could just do that. Oh, you know what? I'll just do that instead. So I've got a different idea for what I'm gonna do. I'll just take this off. Let's see. Let's see, can I do that? Can I do what I'm thinking? There, that goes that way, and then this can go like this, and then Rodimus can shoot from his shoulder. So I can do that. So that's pretty much it. Also, I think I might color this. It's a goldish color, but it's not a gold color. And these, it's like a silver gray, but I think I want it silver. So I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it. Give me a second. So this is my custom Metal Hawk. I took a gold chrome pen and a silver chrome pen, and all the gray parts became silver. Whoops. And all the gold parts are shiny gold. And I think that's what I'm going to do to my Optimus. At least just with the crest here and this part here. Everything else looks fine to me. Maybe I'll do the legs in silver chrome. But I'm definitely gonna do this and then put the, what should I call it? But yeah. So I just gotta make sure. I need to get, like, if you look at the legs here, they're not as shiny as they should be. That's because I didn't put a finisher on it. What is it? A top coat. I didn't put a top coat on it. So I'm touching it and it kind of wore out. But I'm not really gonna be touching him too much. So if I put it on without the top coat, it's fine. But yeah, that was my look at this figure. I got it from the Big Bad Toy Store for $150. $150, not bad. It's all plastic, but it's a little weighty. It could be heavier, but I'm glad it's not. It's honestly perfect at its weight. The plastic, most of the plastic is not that waxy plastic that Hasbro likes to use. Some of it is, like these bits here are the softer waxy plastic, but most of it is a decently firm plastic. It feels quality. And I'm glad that I picked them up. I was thinking, I was on the shelf about them, but I figured why not, and I'm happy I got them. So that was my look at Star Optimus / Star Convoy. He is awesome. Really, really awesome. He's not without his flaws. Those eyes, these panels here on his legs that like to pop off, you know. Even these, if you're not careful, they pop off. But I mean the guns from the rest of it. Otherwise, though, it's pretty nifty. I'm actually surprised. I'm actually very surprised how well it came out. I love it. I cannot complain. I didn't get any of the. Well, I guess I could complain. There were some parts that were a little weird, like that sprue mark there. And there's a matching one on the other. There's two, like, you can see the sprue marks. That was a little weird. It's like because I guess it's not cut. I mean, it's not, what do you call it? Well, actually, I don't know. It's like they, instead of cutting it properly or shaving it down, they bent it and stressed the plastic or something. I don't think there's any other parts that have that issue. It's just really there. I thought it was weird, but you know what? I forgot it was there until just now. But that was my look at Star Optimus. I love him. For $150, I'm not mad. I am pretty noisy today, though. But yeah, for $150, not bad. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and ciao.